Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Colonel Kate was back on parade yesterday, raising a half pint of Guinness to celebrate St. Patrick's Day with the Irish Guards. The Princess of Wales, looking absolutely gorgeous in green, Alexander McQueen, made her triumphant return to the annual celebration after missing last year due to her cancer treatment. Princess Kate, ever generous, even put money behind the bar for the troops, telling them, "It's the least I can do." She beamed as she inspected the regiment, pinned traditional shamrocks beneath her gold Cartier brooch, and even presented one to Turlo Moore, the Irish wolfhound mascot, who serves as the regiment's most adorable soldier. During candid chats with the guardsman, Kate revealed she's been keen to take her children down under. George finds it fascinating that he has been to Australia and New Zealand. She told an Australian reservist, "I would like to go back there with them now." Little Prince George, now 11, was just 9 months old during his parents' 2014 tour. While no joint trips have been announced yet, we're all hoping to see the Wales family on a royal tour soon. In a delightful moment of royal marital gossip, Kate commented on her husband's newly grown facial hair during conversations with officers. "These trends come and go," she said. "I was saying to my husband, I'm not sure how long he's going to keep his for. A beard sporting William. Royal fashion watchers are divided, but the Prince of Wales can certainly pull off the rugged look." Eagle-eyed royal fans have noticed that Princess Catherine has been switching up her jewellery lately, often leaving her iconic sapphire engagement ring at home. The stunning 12-carat oval salon blue sapphire, once worn by the late Princess Diana, has been replaced during recent engagements with what appears to be a more subtle eternity band featuring sapphires and diamonds. Social media was abuzz with speculation after the Wales' appearance in Cardiff for the Six Nations rugby match. The Princess of Wales seems to be alternating between her engagement ring and this new one, which is most likely a gift from Prince William, wrote one royal watcher on X. Experts suggest the change might be purely practical. Maxwell Stone of Stephen Stone Jewelers noted, unlike Kate's 12-carat engagement ring, which she typically removes during physical activities, sports, or any situation where there's an increased risk of damage or loss, this ring is more practical for daily wear. Some have romantically suggested the new piece might even be a University Days promise ring from William, making a sentimental reappearance. Whatever the reason, both rings are certainly beautiful symbols of the Wales' rock-solid marriage. Rugby royalty, Prince William and Princess Catherine, have revealed that their sons are following in their sporty footsteps, with both Prince George and little Prince Louis embracing rugby on the weekends. During Saturday's visit to Cardiff for the Wales vs Scotland match, the couple shared details of their family's sporting schedule. "At weekends, we go from one competition to the next," William told players, while Kate added, "Louis is 6 and he's just started touch rugby, and George is 11 and he plays it a bit more. They do really enjoy it." This isn't the first time the princess has commented on young Louis' enthusiastic approach to sports. Back in 2022, she memorably described her youngest as kamikaze, adding, "We're worrying about when he gets older. He'll be in the middle of everything." With Louis already established a reputation for stealing the show at royal events, we can only imagine the energy he brings to the rugby pitch. The Wales children come by their sporting passion honestly. Rugby has long been a fixture in the Middleton household, with Kate's sister Pippa once revealing to Vanity Fair that international matches were the focal point of family weekends. "We'd plan our weekends around the big matches," she said, adding that their father would be in a state of despair for the rest of the afternoon if their favoured team lost. Meanwhile, 9-year-old Princess Charlotte reportedly prefers gymnastics, with her mother once sharing that she spends most of her time upside down doing handstands and cartwheels. Family of athletes in the making. Could Prince William be adding another important title to his resume? Royal watchers are speculating that the Prince of Wales might soon become godfather after his close friend Hugh Grosvenor, the Duke of Westminster, announced he and his wife Olivia Henson are expecting their first child this summer. The friendship between William and Hugh runs deep, with the prince serving as an usher at Hugh's wedding in Cheshire last year. The Duke is already godfather to 11-year-old Prince George, continuing a close inter-family connection that spans generations. King Charles is Hugh's godfather as well. But here's where things get interesting. Prince Harry is also close with the Duke, who serves as godfather to 5-year-old Prince Archie. This creates the intriguing possibility that both royal brothers could be in the running for the prestigious godparent role. The potential godfather decision comes at a time when the royal brothers remain estranged, having not seen each other in public since their grandmother's funeral. While William attended the Westminster wedding last year, Harry was notably absent despite his own friendship with the Duke. The Duke and Duchess of Westminster announced their happy news on Wednesday with a simple statement. The Duke and Duchess of Westminster are very pleased to share that the Duchess is expecting a baby in the summer. The couple are delighted with the news and are very much looking forward to starting a family together. We'll be watching closely to see which royal, if either, receives the godfather nod when baby Westminster arrives this summer. In Slate, Nadira Goff writes about Meghan's new TV show. The food looks good, and I'm sure it is for the most part. It's relatively simple one-pan pasta dishes, frittatas, crudité platters. Take a drink every time she makes or mentions crudité and prepare to have your stomach pumped. And ways to cutesy up fruits, simple sandwiches, charcuterie and more. Overall, the show is calming and aesthetically pleasing, but it's also completely eye-rolling. Meghan insists on making microwave popcorn with a dried cob of corn in a brown paper bag instead of, microwave popcorn. Shortly after, because apparently we've used all our energy making bath salts and not-so-easy popcorn, Meghan dumps some Trader Joe's peanut butter pretzels. The name is covered, but I'd know that blue and white packaging anywhere. Straight from the bag into another plastic bag, only one adorned with a handwritten label. In a later episode, she notes that dehydrating fruit slices is a great way to fancy up a meal or cocktail, but when I expected her to roast them low in the oven for hours, she used a dehydrator. This is great advice for everyone I know with a dehydrator, which means it's great advice for no one that I know. Underlying all this fantasy is wealth. These simple hosting tricks are achievable only for someone who has a certain amount of money, time, or both. Everything is presented as artisanal, as boutique, as shoppy shop, as you could imagine it, staged perfectly in various aesthetically pleasing wire bale glass jars. Even the essential oils for the candle making are pre-decanted into dark amber glass dropper bottles. Seriously, production has to have spent hundreds of dollars on just glass containers for the things. I have never felt more isolated from someone on screen than in the last episode when Meghan shows off to Waters her bounty of eggs produced by Meghan's own chickens. That's at least $20 worth of eggs with deep orange yolks she's marveling at. Still, the real luxury present here is time. When you are mother of 2 children without a real job and you can afford full-time childcare and help, of course you have time to make rainbows out of fruit for your kids in the morning, to press dried flowers into everything, and to make crepes because they feel more special than a pancake. Comedian Katherine Ryan discussed Meghan on her podcast, telling everybody everything, saying, "She is very Hollywood, even for me, and I don't like that in people. I liked Meghan Markle. I was rooting for Meghan Markle. Several things can be true at once. I think a lot of the British viewing public do have internalized racism that they're not even aware of. This is a very racistly structured country. I mean, colonialism is the most racist thing ever. We have a royal family and a palace. We speak about working class. We don't even have words like that in Canada. There is an unconscious bias in this country, and in most countries, really, that a lot of people don't even realize they have. When she says, "Oh, I feel that I was victimized by institutionalized racism," then you have to believe her. Like, that is her experience, and it's really weird for white people to say, "No, you weren't. We're not racist. We just don't like you." It must feel incredibly gaslighting as a woman of mixed ethnicity to be told, "No, it's not racism. You're wrong." Yes, of course. So I think this country does have institutionalized racism, yes, and unconscious bias, yes. Not every single person, but a great many, yes. And to be someone with a mother who's black entering the royal family, I'm sure they had some feelings about that because that's the royal family. In addition to that, though, she is very Hollywood, even for me, and I don't like that in people. I see now, and maybe it's just the projects she's choosing. It does feel like she has lied about whether she knew who Prince Harry was, and these details about her childhood change and don't add up. Like she said on her new Netflix show that they ate TV dinners growing up, but then in an old interview she was like, "We would eat farm fresh." Just little things. Her whole act seems very manicured and very forced, and I was rooting for her. So I think I've known a lot of Hollywood people. They're not bad people. I certainly don't think she's a bad person. But I think she likes cozying up to the celebrities, and she wants the $1 million deal or $100 million deal. Anyone would. And she likes the fact that she's married to a prince. Like, of course. But I would rather someone lean into that and be like, "Oh my God, look, I used to be on Suits and now I'm married to an effing prince." I would rather that than this act of, "Oh, I'm just so humble." So Netflix continues to try and make Meghan Sussex, formerly Meghan Markle, and technically Meghan Mountbatten, happen with her latest peek behind the royal-adjacent curtain titled, "With Love, Meghan." Like, who knows what Netflix are doing? They are smart. people are tuned in whether they love something or hate something. Whatever keeps them watching more episodes, and they're posting loads about it online. If this was Netflix's intention to be like, let's throw Meghan under the bus, like personally, where even the people who really liked her are sort of turning, not against her, but this is just, she doesn't seem to be the kind of gal that I would want to be friends with. It's too manicured. It's too beige. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a review of 5 stars if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget we have a new show out from Calaroga Shark Media called White Smoke, The Path to a New Pope. It's a very timely and historical and cool look at the papal election process. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts, White Smoke. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.